Hi, this is Dr. Ernesto, and today I'm going to share with you my stem cell treatment. Now, there's a lot of information out there about stem cell treatments, and it's actually revolutionary. It's going to change medicine from here to the future. There's going to be a lot of different treatments coming out. The thing right now that's limiting it is ethical concerns. A lot of times, the cells have to come from human embryos, so that limits the availability, and there's a lot of ethical concerns yet still in terms of harvesting it from embryos. So in the US, it's quite limited, and oftentimes people end up doing medical tourism, as I am. I'm in Medellin, Colombia right now getting my treatment. Anyway, so India has come up as one of the top places in the world for stem cell treatments. But actually, from what I've read, the expert is a Harvard-trained doctor that moved to Panama, and he's offering his services there in Panama. So actually, I was on my way to Panama to get a treatment, because in the US, the treatment I wanted for my knee was gonna cost me about $30,000. The treatment in Panama was going to cost me about $10,000, but it was much cheaper to get a layover here in Colombia and then get to Panama. So while I was over here, I started talking to some of my friends, and I found out about a treatment I can get here for a fraction of the $10,000 even. So if you look around in different countries, you can find it, but you do have to be careful, because sometimes people sell stem cell treatments and they're not. I came across this in Mexico, where I was visiting some cousins. Actually, he's a doctor. I have like 3 family members who are doctors in Mexico, and they told me they were going to give me a stem cell treatment for my knee. So I went to the regenerative medicine doctor, and he told me he was going to give me a stem cell treatment, and that's not exactly what he did. He took blood out of me, he put it in a centrifuge, he separated it, and he gave me basically a plasma treatment, which is good, but it's not even close to being a stem cell treatment. So you have to be careful where you go, make sure they know what they're doing, and that the material they're using is good, because you don't know how pure it is. You don't know where the source is. So here, I'm about to get an injection on my knee. It doesn't really hurt that much, but it is kind of scary to think about a needle going into your knee, but it didn't hurt at all. It's more just being kind of nervous. But so again, you have to make sure you're getting good quality. Now, what are some of the risks? If you get stem cells, your body can reject them, so that can be a problem. It can cause rejections, it can cause immuno problems, it can also cause cancer growth and tumor growth. So that sounds like pretty horrible, although it doesn't happen very often. You just want to make sure you get the right type of treatment, and you go with people that know what they're doing. Now, in my own personal experience, I started this about a year and a half ago, and I've been getting it about every 6 months. That's usually what they recommend, about 6 months to a year. And my history is I've had 4 operations on this leg. I actually broke it into 33 pieces. So over time, I actually start getting quite a bit of pain in the knee. Arthritis, it's osteoarthritis, it burns, it feels like I have fire in my knee, and it's quite bad. So I've been able to naturally get rid of a lot of those symptoms by just taking collagen. I take collagen supplements every day, and that helps a lot. That probably takes about 60-70% of the discomfort away. But when I come get this treatment, it goes away completely. I don't feel anything at all. No pain, no discomfort, no loss of mobility, nothing. It just feels like my regular leg. Now, another thing you want to keep in mind is that stem cells travel to your body. Now, I'm getting it injected into the knee capsule, which is an area that's avascular, which means there's not a lot of blood flow there. So a lot of it is going to stay there, and it's going to regenerate the tissue. That's the way it works. Stem cells go in and they repair damaged tissue in your body. That's what's the beauty of them. Now, what is a stem cell? So when you're born, you start off with one cell, the mother's egg, and then it gets fertilized. And as that cell starts dividing into 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 into a human, it creates something called stem cells. Now, stem cells are cells that can differentiate into anything. So the same cell can become an eyeball or a piece of your finger or hair or anything. It's just as the cell is, as the human is being created, they get differentiated according to your DNA. Okay, that's a simple explanation of it. So stem cells are awesome. When you get an injection like this, it actually travels to your body, and it goes to wherever the need is, and it actually starts repairing the tissue. So when I get these stem cell treatments, it's really interesting. I'm 48. Just recently in the last year, I probably started needing to use reading glasses. And after I get my treatment, I noticed a few months later, I no longer need reading glasses. I'm able to read without glasses, which is kind of crazy. So I noticed about 6 months, all of a sudden, it's like I wake up one day and I'm like, hey, I can't see real well. I need some reading glasses. So it goes to the body, and again, it just repairs all sorts of different things. I'm obviously not aware of everything it's repairing, but I am aware that it is fixing my knee. And at this point in time, I'm trying a new strategy. I'm actually trying an IV also, which I haven't done before. So I'm gonna get a stem cell treatment on my knee and one in my arm and see how that helps me. Because I did have a bicep tear, and then I actually tore my eardrum. So I'm hearing like at 50% for one of my ears. Now that'll go away in a few months, but I figured, hey, I'm gonna try to my blood and see how it does in terms of helping with that eardrum and this torn bicep so I can get back to working out. So that's how stem cells work. Price, like I said, if you do it in the US, it's about 30K. You travel around the world, you're gonna find it a lot cheaper, but make sure you go somewhere that's safe. I would look online and look for someone that has reviews. I go with people that I personally know, so I'm comfortable. And again, this is my 3rd time, maybe even my 4th time, I'm not sure, but I started with a really small dose the first time. Everything went well. A few months later, I tried again, and that's how I've been doing it, just building up. Now, I called some other clinics over here in Colombia, and I found some really good ones in Venezuela, but Venezuela's kind of dangerous. And they wanted about 10, 20 grand also, which is too much. I'd rather go with the Harvard-trained doctor in Panama for 10 grand. So they usually inject about 50 million stem cells into your joint, and then I usually come back for about 2-3 days, and I get ultrasound to help everything absorb into the tissue. And that's what Margarita's doing right now with me. She's helping me do the ultrasound to absorb it. Now we break it up into like 2-3 sessions, depending on how much I can take in there, because afterwards your knee's gonna be all swollen like a balloon. It's all full of liquid. So the first day or two, I just kind of take it easy. I don't walk too much, but I feel the results usually within a day or two. I start feeling the pain going away. So it's well worth the treatment and for me to take the trip over here to South America. I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, please comment below. And if you haven't, please subscribe to our channel. And from Medellin, Colombia, this is Dr. Ernesto. Thank you. Goodbye.